Hey everybody, the Captain here. Another video request. It's gonna be one of those days, yes. This one comes from Maggie. Maggie writes, I have a live-in boyfriend that I love, but he is very quirky, which I don't mind except when he is rude, which is often. I like having him around because he does things I need a man for, like helping me build my tiny house and getting on the roof to clean the chimney. Okay, well, wait a minute. Do you actually like the guy for himself, or do you just like it because he does shit for you? That's a question to ask, because like if you just want to keep him around to be a slave, then you don't really love him. These are tough questions you have to ask yourself. But if you do love him, and then a fringe benefit is that he works on the house and gets shit done that you can't because either you choose to or you don't want to go up on the roof or whatever. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. But don't be using him. Here's the deal. I am the breadwinner. I have been for years. I think this is unusual because I'm the woman. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I've said several times before in different videos and books I've written, you've seen the couple where the woman is the one that goes to work and the guy stays at home. Heck, I dated a girl where sometimes it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes women have very good earning capacity, and it just makes sense. Like this one gal I was dating, she was making 90 grand a year. Fuck, I would never make 90 grand a year. I could try my heart out, it'd never happen. So sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it feels odd, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as he does his thing, it sounds like he kind of is. He also is one of the laziest men I've ever met. Well, wait, he was getting up on the roof before, wasn't he? Which I don't in my experience do. This thing, I need a man for like helping me build my tiny house. So he helped you build a house, and he's lazy? No. That's mutually exclusive. He's either lazy or he's hardworking. If he's building your house for you, that's not lazy. That's him carrying his own weight. He sleeps until 11 a.m. and putzes around doing things that are not a priority. Okay, but is he building the house? You see, it's kind of conflicting to me. I don't build my own house, and if I was, that'd be contribution. I don't clean the chimney, and if I was, I do clean the chimneys. But what I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. It's either one or the other. Now, if he sleeps until 11, I sleep until 11, but I still get my shit done. So does he get the shit done? Is the house taken care of? Like that. Like digging the spring to have running water. He sleeps and putzes around doing things that are not a priority. Like digging the spring to have running water. Don't you want running water? Isn't that kind of like a necessary thing? You mean digging the well? No, he gets sidetracked with things I deem unimportant. Okay, just because you deem it unimportant doesn't make it so. Running water, pretty fucking important. Although I wonder what the spring is. Is that like where you have like the fake fish pond in the background and it pumps up water and rolls on rocks? Like if it's just an aesthetic thing like that. But if he's doing your plumbing and building your house, and you deem it unimportant, we'll see how well you do without shelter and running water. He had a job, but we discussed him quitting so he could work on getting the spring dug. All right, well, it was an awful job working third shift anyway. Good news is that he's debt-free, but I buy her food. Okay. I own the house and I pay for most things. Well, did he... Okay, sometimes I feel like kicking him out. He has his crap everywhere and spends a lot of his time being concerned about the end of the world. When I met him, he was living in a camper in his parents' yard. Maybe he's just a minimalist. Is this Danny from 504? I'm just wondering. I cleaned his camper out and found an entire drawer of used hacksaw blades. He had them just in case he needed them in the future. Sometimes I want to kick him out because I feel like I'm carrying most of the load and that he's cramping my lifestyle. Not that I have a drawer of hacksaw blades, but I guarantee if I let him, he'd have something like that around in my house. Well, he's going to have to use tools to fix and maintain the property. I would like your opinion. I'm not sure I've explained the whole dynamic of our relationship, but I would like someone's perspective on it. I like your nonsense approach. You make me laugh. All right. I would need more information, but we can solve this, and it's going to require you to do a little bit of math. Digging septic systems and plumbing systems and building the house and cleaning the chimney, he sounds like a huge groundskeeper. Not just groundskeeper, but carpenter. And if he's built that house, he is contributing. And if he's maintaining the house, he is contributing. The issue is whether he is contributing as much as you are. And to do this, you really ought to prorate or do some accounting and figure out All right, what would it have cost me to build the house, to put in the spring or the septic system, and do everything that he does? You got to figure out how much it would cost you to do that, because that's what he's doing for free, and it's actually quite brilliant. Because if you do it at home, let's say you got to pay for it. You're an accountant, and let's say your boyfriend is also an accountant, so neither of you have carpentry skills. Well, what you guys got to do then is you got to work up the money, and not just the money, but you got to work up more money in order to pay the taxes, so you have enough money left over that you can pay a carpenter to do all this stuff. This guy is doing it tax-free. He's not even getting paid. He's just doing it for doing it. But that's much cheaper than having to pay someone, because you got to pay the taxes. Same thing with daycare. A lot of people get pissed off if you think especially if you say the mother should stay at home. If you say the father should stay at home, no one cares. If you say the mother should stay at home and raise the kids, you sexist, bigoted. Well, think about it. You can not stay at home and both you go work, but now you got to pay someone in daycare. Not only you got to pay daycare, you got to work up the money to pay the taxes, your income taxes, so you have enough money left over to pay for daycare. Maybe just stay the fuck at home and raise your kids. I don't know. But it's the same thing here. It may be cheaper than what he's doing. So what you got to do is figure out what it would cost you guys to do what he does. And when you add all that up, compare it to what you make, and if it's comparable, may even be more, then he is carrying his own weight mathematically. Now, this other stuff, like him leaving his hacksaw blades around, that's guys, okay? That's minor petty bullshit. If it starts to become to the point where it's like a rat pack home, or pack rat home where you can't get around and it's like Hoarders, the TV show, that's one thing. But the guy, it sounds like he's a carpenter, sounds like this is his trade. He needs to have his tools. Because, again, the house would never get built and he may not go work ever again without the tools. And there's always the classic, he's got his dirty stuff laying. Yeah, okay, that's a guy. Now, on the other side, you may have some concerns because he was living on a trailer on his parents' yard. That's a yellow flag, not a red flag, but a yellow flag, because you said he is also worried about the end of society and all that. So maybe he's just a prepper or a minimalist. But in general, based on what I've seen here so far, it really does seem like he's carrying his weight. Now, over time, he can't just build the house and then slough for the next 20 years. He's going to have to do something. If anything, he'll get depressed because he's not doing anything. He's got to get the fuck out of the house. But so far, go ways, give him more credit than you are now. I mean, getting on the roof and cleaning the chimney, you know what? Better idea. Not only do the math and figure out how much it costs, why don't you do it? You climb up on the fucking chimney and clean it out. See how fun that is. And then you'll start to appreciate what he is doing for you. So I don't think he's trying to mooch off you. But yeah, down the road, once the house is built and you got all the infrastructure set up, and he runs out of projects to do on the house, yeah, he will have to get a job. But right now, give him a little bit of credit and calculate it, figure out what he's done. But truthfully, if you love the guy, you love the guy, and his timing belts and his sawzall and all of his tools, and maybe he's a little dirty. Maybe he's got dirty. Cleaning a fucking chimney, that ain't like washing dishes. You're dirty, very dirty stuff. So anyway, yeah, just cut him a little slack. Make sure everything's fair and just. Do some numerical calculations. Finances is the number one reason people get divorced. Or is it children? I don't know. Finance is up there. It's one of the primary reasons. So, and have a candid conversation. Don't fucking beat around the bush on this. But yeah, he doesn't sound like a terrible loser so far. I don't know a lot of guys building houses for women. Toodles.